Hey Jose and Sadi. Okay, welcome back to math. Hope you guys are understanding everything. It seems like it's a fairly direct unit that we're going through right now, but they always like to throw in crazy stuff, so just let me know if you need any help, okay? Let's see. So look what we're looking at 6.11 today. It's called Food, Labeling, and Nutrition. There's actually like not a lot of math represented in this section, but then obviously they come up with some really good questions to help you understand the math behind this concept. Now this concept is a super important concept, you guys, honestly. It really, really is. But it's for healthy living, okay? So don't be surprised, like, what does this have to do with math? No, it's for healthy living, and then they use math to work it in. But honestly, even if you didn't apply the math to what they're asking, to what they're talking to you about, this is good information for you to know. Okay, so let's look at it and read it together. It's food, labeling, and nutrition. It says labeling is an important part of food packaging. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, sets regulations as to what nutritional information must be listed on the package. Okay, guys, the FDA in the United States is a huge influence on how we eat and how we see items in the grocery store. And that automatically affects you guys because there's American items that are sold here, especially with like labeling and nutrition information. But like to show you like a big difference. The reason why Honduran Coca-Cola is better than the United States Coca-Cola is because the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, will not allow Coca-Cola producers in the United States to use original cane sugar. I think Mr. Marcus already told you that before. But that's the FDA. It's the same organization here. Okay, so you guys have a better sugar. We have to use chemical-based stuff, and then it doesn't taste as good, right? So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has a huge influence and a huge power over what we eat in the United States, which is sometimes a good thing and then sometimes a bad thing. Okay, sometimes it affects the taste of the food, like the Coca-Cola, but then sometimes it honestly protects a lot of people too from things going out into the market that are not safe, okay, or not approved or not checked on. You know, there's no accountability there. So it is a good organization as long as they don't pass out the limit thing, right? So it says, since a common complaint is that labels are too difficult for the average consumer to understand, work is now being done to simplify labels. A consumer who is interested in proper nutrition should learn to read labels as a guide to better food purchasing. Okay, so what are the labels? The labels are these things that you see in the drawings, right? These are the things like how many calories, how much fat, how much sugar, how many carbohydrates, and what the ingredients are. And is there any protein? Is there any vitamins, etc., right? Guys, that's important information to learn. You have to learn that whatever you're eating should contain, you should pick the healthier choice, okay? My mom was a huge, like, policia when it came to the type of bread that we ate when we were little kids. We love the bread, like, it basically be like, I don't know, the white bimbo bread here would basically be like what I loved, but it was called Wonder Bread in England, in the United States. But my mom would not let me eat that bread because it was just white. It was not integral. My mom always made us eat integral because she said that the white bread was just sugar and air, and that's all it was. And so, like, we would go to my madrina's house, and we would eat that bread all the time. And boy, it was so good. So I would come home and be like, Mom, can we please get Wonder Bread? And she's like, no, not in your life. Okay, because she looked at the nutritional value and there wasn't any nutrition there. There was no alimentación. It was just sugar, and it wasn't going to be healthy for us. So it is important that you look at these and see if you're getting your vitamins, your protein, the things that you need. So the Food and Drug Administration says you have to put those things on the label. So like for instance, you like, okay, let's say for instance you go and buy Sula Mantequilla. Well, a lot of times the Sula Mantequilla doesn't have any, like, how many calories there are, how much carbohydrates there are, how much protein there is, etc. That's because here it's not required to put that kind of stuff. So there's no labels on the Honduran stuff sometimes, okay? But in the United States, it is required. So if you go to the grocery store and you buy an American product, you're going to see it on the labels there because of the Food and Drug Administration. Okay? So look what it says in the second paragraph. A good example of the importance of reading labels can be found in canned juice drinks. Okay? You think when you're buying a canned juice, like for instance, let's say that you need to drink cranberry juice or drink, there's another juice, I can't think of it. But cranberry juice, grape juice, and something else that helps, like sometimes if you have like an infection or something like that, you're supposed to drink those kinds of jugos, right? So you go into the store and you see that there's like a huge price difference. There's like one cranberry juice that's like 120 lumps, and then there's one cranberry juice that's like 40 lumps. And you're like, well, Puchica, I'm obviously going to go with the one for 40 lumps. But listen, that's not always the case. Look what it says. These drinks carry labels such as grape juice drink, grape drink, and artificially flavored grape drink. One manufacturer has a clearly labeled product on the market called grape drink, 10% juice. If you want pure grape juice, read the label and list of ingredients carefully to be sure you are not getting water, sugar, artificial flavor, or artificial color, okay? So, what was I about to say? So look, if you go in to buy a juice that's supposed to like help your heart or help an infection that you have, and you buy the cheap 40 lump one, guys, you're probably not buying juice. You're buying a juice drink, or what they call the grape drink, or the artificially flavored drink. And what is that? That's 10% juice, 90% sugar, basically, okay? Sugar and water, that's all it is. So it's not going to help you. If it says grape drink, grape juice drink, artificially flavored, or like 10% juice, sometimes it'll flat out just say 10% juice. But it'll make it like all pretty, like 10% juice, like that's supposed to be a good thing, and it's not, okay? A lot of your juices are just pure sugar, not natural sugar from the fruit, but pure sugar to fill it, okay? So you have to be careful with that. Look what it says. The cheese section also has varying labels. Oh gosh. Okay. Same thing with the cheese. If you're going to buy cheap cheese, you're not getting cheese. Thankfully for you guys, you don't have to worry about this as much because you guys are not addicted to American yellow cheese. Okay? If you are, you have to be careful. If you see those little like squares, that's like very like plastic cheese or whatever, that's not cheese. It's cheese products. Okay? So that means that they're going to imitate the cheese and put it like a bunch of fake stuff in it and call it cheese, but it's not. So it's like not good for your system at all. It's super, super processed, and it's not cheese either, okay? So look what it says. The cheese section also has varying labels. The following labels may be seen at most supermarkets: natural cheese, cheese food, and cheese product, and cheese spread, and imitation cheese food. So look, besides the first two, the rest of them are just fake. Cheese food, cheese product, cheese spread, and imitation cheese food. Those things are not cheese. It says, although the products may be fortified with vitamins and minerals, the labels indicate decreasing amounts of cheese. The table to the right lists the ingredients on a package of cheese as compared to those on a package of cheese food. Okay, so look at your ingredients. Interesting thing about ingredients, and it says it right here. The very first thing you see in the ingredients is the thing that has the biggest ratio, okay? That's the largest ingredient that they use, and then the order goes descending, okay? So like if you pick up a juice, if it says glucose, high fructose corn syrup, that's a lot of what it says, high fructose corn syrup first, that means that they used the most amount of anything in that whole bottle is just sugar. That's what they used. Sometimes they'll say water. That means that it's basically all water and then a little bit of other stuff. So you gotta look at those first three ingredients. Those first three ingredients are gonna tell you a lot about how healthy the product is. So like look at the box. It says the ingredients in cheese versus the ingredients in cheese food. Look at cheese. Cheese is just cheese, water, cream, then some sodium, salt, other type of sodium, sorbic acid, lecithin, and artificial color. Okay, so they make it more yellow. The artificial color means it makes it more yellow and like happier to look at, okay? Cheese food is cheese, water, whey, milk protein concentrate, skim milk, milk fat, sodium citrate, whey protein concentrate, salt, sodium phosphate, sorbic acid, lactic acid, something else, and something else, okay? So it has a bunch of products because it's just filling it. Whey is just a fill, okay? So cheese food is not healthy for you. But it's cheaper, but it has no nutritional value for cheese. Cheese does have a nutritional value, but it is fatty. Okay, we're going to skip the rest of what it says right there because I just told you it. Go to the next page on 173. Notice that the cheese shows 8 additive ingredients, but the cheese food shows 13. Additives are placed in food for the following reasons. 1, to improve flavor, color, or texture. 2, to improve nutritional value. And 3, to prevent spoilage and extend shelf life. So sometimes they add additives, it's called, into the fake stuff so that it won't go bad fast. Okay, that cheese in a square, you could have that for like months and months and months in your refrigerator, and it's never gonna mold. That means it's not cheese. Okay, look at in number 4, to improve performance, ease of preparation, or both. Okay. Sometimes the additives can be harmful. There's also sugar and salt. There's different types of sugar. Look at the sugars. I'm going to just not read everything. Go down and look at the types of sugar sweeteners. Sucrose, glucose, dextrose, fructose, honey, brown sugar, levulose, galactose, lactose, maltose, molasses, and corn syrup. It's good to know that those are all sugars because you might find like 5 different types in the same thing and you're not realizing that all you're doing is eating a bunch of sugar. Okay, and then any sodium is salt in a different form. Okay, the tables at the right show the nutritional values of 2 ready-to-eat cereals. This is interesting. Look at this. 2 ready-to-eat cereals. Cereal A is for little kids. It's like a little kid cereal, and then cereal B is like supposed to be a healthy cereal. And it is because if you look up at the top, protein, vitamin A, vitamin C, thiamine, riboflavin, all those, they have a lot inside that cereal. But if you look down at the bottom with the calories, the carbohydrates, and different stuff like that, you're going to say like, ew, it doesn't seem like it's that different. Well, it has a lot less sugar, and it has a ton of vitamins, okay, which means that you should get cereal B and not cereal A, which is for little kids, and it shouldn't be because all it is sugar. Okay, let's look at model problem number 1 really quickly because we have 3 minutes. 1 breakfast cereal weighs 400 grams and 1 ounce servings are recommended. How many servings are in the box of cereal? Guys, you know how to do that already. You convert, you just have to go to page 160, go to page 158. Go to your conversions, okay? Then you just convert it. It's 400 grams and 1 ounce serving. So we convert 400 grams into ounces. There's 0.04 ounces in 1 gram. You multiply those together and you're gonna get 16 ounces. Well, if there's 1 ounce in every serving, how many servings do you have here? How many portions? You have 16. That's what that means, because you have 1 ounce in every serving, so you have 16 ounces, you have 16 servings. Okay? Then look at model problem number 2. A 46-ounce can of fruit punch contains 10% real juice. How many ounces of real juice does it contain? Just multiply 10% of 46 is 4.6. That's how much real juice you have, okay? The answer to number 1 is 19. The answer to number 7 is 440. Okay, the rest of it, let me know if you want me to give you any of the answers, okay? Bye, have a great day.